Hello. All right. Still gonna do some prep for industry workshops. Hey Atsuki, how's it going? I'm gonna try something um, differently today. Hey Quentin, how's it going? So I'm gonna prep slightly. Uh, ahead of the warm up. I want to try a thing and see if it works. So I'm prepping by just making a shortcut so that I can actually paint when need to, you know. Hey Shartak York, Ricky, Kirill, Concept Sam. My pleasure, Concept Sam. My pleasure. Okay. Kirill, it's industry workshop prep. I'm gonna draw a monster. Let's say give me a bit behavior. You know, like sneaky, angry, strong, stealth, whatever, and I'll do something on that topic. Hey, just honest. Hey, Kilrathi. Geneakos. Good morning. Oh, ad from Adobe. Where was that? There. Sponsored by Adobe. Alright, so we got stealth, scavenger, creepy lurker, aggressive, alert. That's 5. Let's make a new window. Do dice roll. And it is not as per usual this number, but the one now when I click it. Rolling number 1, which is stealth. How much nicer isn't it for you, Janae Akos, that you got your topic? Stealth by Janae. That sounds like Forrest Gump. Janae. My apologies if that is your actually name, and I'm referencing you with Forrest Gump. But hey Mila, how's it going? Throw those gang signs. I need to update the gang signs with the proper fire. The fire over here. Hey Zelin, it's a Hungarian name. Oh, nice. Kavi Twitch. Alright, so we got stealth. And so timer starts. Let's just, I haven't given a thought yet, but so the thing with the gradients I'm gonna try, which is I'm set up the gradient from dark to light in the lower value range and light to low in the lighter range. And I was thinking, like, what way can I do to increase the fidelity of that I'm painting so that I'm getting closer to a final product? And one thing I would do is always, like, I paint with flat light, and that will always, you know, the gradient will always go to 1 to 2, you know, 1 to 2 binary gradient. So I was thinking, let's complicate the gradients while painting it flat black and white. So I'm painting black and white in the mask, but it'll be in a gradient towards a gradient. I have never tried this before, so let's see what happens. 2 minutes, 1 minute has passed. Stealth, 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 stealth. Monster, stealth. Blah, blah, blah. All right, I got this weird idea about this kind of big bulbous thing, and oh, you see, there's the gradient. Ah, that's pretty interesting. Eric Ricky, yeah. My apologies for an extremely incomprehensive rant or explanation in how I think that it works or explained. So stealth, I was thinking this kind of really strange thing with lots of smaller arms underneath, like a centipede, and that it's like slow moving. And there's the half circle. There we go, Zealin. Everything as it should be. Yeah, so one cool thing with then, like I was thinking of the gradients there on the, you can see on the layer setup, because now I can sample all the different hue shifts, and it doesn't matter because I'm painting in the mask, and mask only is grayscale, right? So I could actually also go in and tweak the colors after the painting is done, or even mid painting. Now I can go in and paint, and now I don't need to be afraid of sampling the wrong hue, right? I just need to focus on painting the right value. So I was thinking, you know, like that could be actually, I think the word is garner, some interesting results, right? Because you get a lot of stuff for free now, and adding multiple layers on top afterwards will make it have more information to bite in on at a faster pace, in the sense of I don't need to manually go in and add subtleties. Lots of small arms, yeah. It's one of those things that are getting quite overused in the industry, and I'm one of those who definitely are to blame for it. So let's try to switch it up a little bit more. Let's add multiple arms. Stealth. Could try to make it a bit angular, so it comes off as stealth-like. Could also, yeah, there's many different possibilities to make it stealth. Hey, Relicio, welcome. Good morning. I mean, yeah, cheers. I had the idea just now. I was sitting just as I was preparing to click on OBS. I was like, how can I make it a little bit more interesting in terms of results? Because a part of me doing these warm-ups is also involving me giving you guys some results, right? Or something of value, that top light, to take away, right? That's one of the ideas. It's not just it being me painting something, but also you know, giving you guys maybe an idea that you could take away and during the day come up with your own idea of what if I do this, what if I do that, and then ideally, obviously, you guys share it on Discord or the forum, and we can start experimenting together. It would be a cool idea to do like a technique. What's it called? When you pass the baton while you're running. What's it called? It's called not segment running. What's it called? Relay. There we go, Custom Sam. Thank you. Thank you, Ricky. Yeah, like a relay, but on technique rather than painting. Because a lot of people do like relay in like, okay, I started the sketch and you finish the sketch, right? But it would be cool to do that, but with technique. It's like, okay, this is the technique you need to do, but as you've done it, like in the next step, try to like take it and make it yours, and then document the step, and so that the next time you're forcing the person to adopt your change to the technique, you know, like let's say like lights only or painting in the gradient like I do today. I think that would be... I have no idea what I'm doing with that head. That's just turned a really awful turn. I cringed a little bit, like, ugh, what horrible idea did I have there? It's not a good idea. And penis monster, by the way. Clearly a dickhead. I mean, well, yeah, not the chain art, not as in the subject, but the technique. I don't know, I'm just being stupid. But the reason why I rambled on that was a lot of times we do our own technique, but tag on to someone else's art. And we forget that technique is a huge part of the creative process that one should, in theory, explore as well, you know, like I'm doing today. I took the basic idea of lights only, but altering it slightly. So I just had the idea, like, what if you get handed an approach or a technique from another artist and said, you have to paint using this technique, right? And then it doesn't matter what you paint, but you have to use the technique. And when you hand back the technique, let's say I set up a layer system and then hand that over and go, you have to paint using this method. And then when you get handed that and you paint using that method, you obviously alter it with your own take on it. So you pass back the technique and go, oh, I added this, this, and that, and changed this. Now you have to paint using this technique. So it's like a recipe in layer system that you have to use, and it's arbitrary to the painting. The painting you can continue on the painting or start from scratch again, but you have to use the that approach, you know? Ricky. It's all about that penis monster. Yeah, I'm working on removing it. It's this head here that is triggering, and this kind of purple isn't helping either. It's all good, I think. How to make an idea for a beginner? Well, I don't think it's a beginner. Uh, it's a beginner's challenge, like using a technique and then being forced to adopt it and paint a painting and then alter the technique uh, for to tag the other artist back in. I think that's quite a medium level at least. Um, but I think it could end up being a really weird skill trade type thing. I know that, for example, a lot of Russian artists they skill trade on their Russian forums and on Hangouts. Like they teach each other a lot. That's why a lot of the like Russian artists in the industry they paint very similarly, but with their own uh, flavor. Is because they skill trade, which is kind of cool. Which is something a lot of Western artists or non-Russian artists don't really do that much, unless it's behind a paywall. But a lot of the Russian artists I know, because I know a few of them, they just talk with each other a lot and help each other a lot. So Mila, how's Magic the Gathering going? Hey Mordad, you're new as well, or you're delurked. I really like using a gradient. I think it's going to be the way moving forward, and I think I'm going to use it at the industry workshop demo because it adds by default quite um, a beautiful thing. Hey Kuro, thanks for the outer host. A voodoo breakfast. A voodoo breakfast. A voodoo breakfast. Oh man, there's a lot of things I see in this. I'm just go, oh, why did I do this decision? But you know, I need to change it up. I have half time. It's far from feeling. Um, huh. Let me try a thing here. So if I do this, that should be absolutely fine because, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and in theory I can move. In theory I can move it now without having to worry about. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that idea. Still unicorn and butterflies in your stomach. Yeah, I bet. I mean, it must feel really good to land that contract. How many cards in are you now? You must be like on your third, fourth. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. It means they're happy enough with what you've done, and that they keep ordering more, which is great, which is good for your future. Yeah, I mean, at least, I mean, so far so good, right? Touch wood. Um, Getting at least to have done 4 cards is a nice feather in your cap, you know. Do you guys that's great, Mila. I'm really happy for you, by the way. And I'm gonna meet Mila in person this weekend. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Again. Anyways, so do you think, Amir? I know you are technically prone in Photoshop and you like to think about things like this. For everyone else, also, of course, not exclusively for Amir, but that is there a way to clamp a value range to a certain color dynamically, saying value uh, 0 to 20 is this color, 20 to 50 is this color, like with the curves maybe, but curves curves connected with a gradient map. Well, gradient map, I guess. I guess it is. I guess you're right. And this is the moment when Bjorn realized he fucked up. Such an idiot sometimes. Yeah, it's clearly a gradient map. Ten minutes left. So a little bit of idea of stealth is not so much ninja, but hidden, right? Stealth. So the idea, one of the major driving ideas with this idea is that the creature has hidden all the arms and all the teeth, which is arms. So in that way, it's a stealth rather than sneaky sneaky. I mean, yeah. Eric, yeah, I know where you can go in and change the gradient in a gradient map, yeah, of course. Uh, what, Mila? You're not going to industry workshops? Oh no. Sounds like you're not gonna be able to come. No visa. Oh man. But which country? I mean, if you don't mind saying, which country are you in? Aren't you in Europe? Serbia. So you need visa for Serbia? Brexit isn't in effect yet. Oh, that's weird. Is it because Serbia isn't a part of the... But Serbia is a part of the European Union, isn't it? Isn't it? As in the deal of no visa travel. You're not in European Union. Oh shit. All right. There we go. Well then, yeah, you need visa. Yeah, Schengen. Yeah, the Schengen. Yeah. Right. RIP. That's pretty shitty, Milo. That's a shame. I was really looking forward to hang out with you and take a photo and show. You see, Mr. Mila or Mrs. Mila rather, not Mr. Mila, unless you do a drastic gender change in a half a week. That feels bad. That's really shit. This situation. And you would have been able to show your skills to so many kick-ass artists, attendees and instructors and other demo artists, and now we will be less of a person due to it, that we are not being able to see Mila's magic being performed live. And Mila can just sit there and do her magic and we won't see it. Sucks to be us. Mr. Lady Mila Pesic. Hey, Mr. Panka. But Mila isn't the male version Milan with an N, and Mila is the female equivalent, isn't it? You guys have feminizing surnames as well, don't you? And masculine surnames. Mila, pff, please, I'm an international man of mystery. I might look stupid and sound stupid, but you'd be surprised what lurks beneath this monkey suit's facade. .007 James Bjorn. Shaken, but as well as stirred, please. It's like, what? Yeah. I like my beard shaken. I like my beer shaken, please. There you go, sir. Oh, thank you. Beer explosion. Like this, the world's most unsmooth 00 agent ever, who likes his beers shaken. And then he like tries to be all smooth in the bar, like, "Hey girl, how's it going?" Shaking head warm. Yeah, yeah, piss warm. Body temperature beer, please. You shouldn't feel it. You shouldn't feel it go in. It's just, yeah, a little bit warmer than body temperature, just so that you can kind of feel it pass through the system. Zeolin. Zeolin, yeah. Sippy cup. There's a really funny. There's a kind of like a famous streamer called Sequisha on Twitch. He plays games all day. You know, one of those streamers, and he has a massive mustache. Um, and he has to drink from a straw all the time because obviously drinking with a massive mustache that hangs down over your lip, everything will be filtered through the mustache. And I always make fun of him for it. Not always, sounds like I'm there all the time, but whenever I go to his stream, I want to comment on that grown men shouldn't drink from straws. And he gets so angry. He gets so like instantly bites back, like barks back, and all his goons in the chat like defend him, and I just sit there laughing, going, "Oh, touchy subject." But you should have. At one time, first time I wrote, it's like, but like grown men shouldn't drink from straws. It just and you could see his like face change, defensive mode. And of course, I don't actually believe that grown men, of course, they are allowed to drink from straws. It was just like a cheap shot, just to like a shit post to get a reaction from him. Because a lot of people always say like, "Why are you drinking from straws?" Because obviously they don't have mustache and they don't understand what happens when you have a mustache. Like if I drink beer, I have beard mustache. Zeolin, that's the best kind. The beer, the beer tastes so much better when you suck it through a pig spiral straw. It is verboten. I can see the only drawback with this technique of using a gradient map and painting in the mask is that you can't well, you can make a new layer, but you will be painting outside of that gradient then, you know, and you won't be able to mass change whatever you need to change. If you change some color, then you manually need to go back in there. Yeah, I think straws are stupid, really bad for nature. Just because, for some reason, people like using straws because they're lazy. Or not want to spill their milkshake in their car. Yeah, you can't. Well, you can copy paste. I mean, Kirill, by doing this, if you make a selection in a mask and you take this move tool and hold down Alt, you can move value within the same mask. And when you deselect, that becomes a permanent fixture of the layer. So you can that way by alt dragging but with a selection. Hey, can't even choose a name. Good morning. Welcome to the end of the stream. Yeah, Kirill, it's not very convenient at all. So by having that gradient, I can alter it. I can do like that, you know, and I can also go in and say, let's change the greens. It should be yellows, I think. No, I don't remember which was the original color on the bottom. Which is kind of cool. Oh, it was orange. So in a way, it's the same as a gradient map. But it's an interesting idea. And I think I will use it at the industry workshops. Absolutely, Ricky. But I think also because now I can make a gradient map. Let's use that gradient map. And I can delete the layer mask and drag the layer mask. That's interesting. Is it because of the intensity of the layer mask? That's weird. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, Voodoo Breakfast, I did. Let's go look at creative. Instantly, I saw some girl drawing zombie heads. What's this? Are you interesting? Maybe. Maybe. It is an option. There's Visual Jamie drawing more on that. What do you guys want to see? Continuation of Visual Jamie's pencil from yesterday. There's Christopher Kant. Tits and ass. World of Warcraft commission. Tits and ass. Where's Vape Guy? So you, I don't know where Mr. Vape Guy is. He went away. Let's raid the girl that makes zombie heads. Why not? Why not help her out? Maya, insane. Maya, insane. So let's raid her. All you need to do is just still hang out in the channel, and you will automatically be added to the raid. As in, they'll transition over to her channel automatically. See you tomorrow. Have a great day. Good night. And I'm not sure about today's drawing. Bye.